Hello everyone, it's your host Mr. Memsiv, and I'm here to talk about the Cuphead Show. And what a show it is! It's just the thing to watch if you're looking for fun.
Yeah, we're looking for fun.
The show first aired on February 18th of last year, then on August 19th, then finally November 18th. It starred True Valentino as Cuphead, Frank Todaro as Mugman, Gray Delisle as Miss Chalice, and Luke Millington Drake as the Devil. Overall, it was a pretty fun show. The first season started off pretty good, the second season was even better, and the third season might be the best. The show was renowned for its slapstick humor, its lovable cast of characters, and its awesome animation. It was a fun throwback to the rubber hose cartoons of old, but now that the third season is over, will we be getting a fourth season? At the time of this recording, it has yet to be confirmed, but if they do, I have a few predictions. The fourth season will adhere a little more closely to the game's plot. You know how the casino was a major plot point in the Cuphead game, where Cuphead, being his usual impulsive self, bet on his soul and Mugman's soul? I'm willing to bet in the fourth season, they discover they aren't the only ones who have made a deal with the devil, as several of Inkwell Isle's residents have a debt to pay. Having learned this, Cuphead, Mugman, and Miss Chalice will set out to save the endangered citizens and seize the contracts. Oh, and King Dice will manage the casino. In the first 3 seasons, Cuphead had to worry about his own soul being endangered, but for the fourth season, they have to worry about not only their own souls, but the souls of others as well. It would be a great development because it would up the stakes, making Cuphead and Mugman more heroic. For my next prediction, the Baroness von Bonbon will return. At first you may be thinking, why would Cuphead and Mugman want to return there? After all, didn't she threaten to eat them? But this plays into the soul plot. They discover that she promised herself to the devil and can't leave this candy world or else she'll forfeit her soul. So I'm guessing that she made a deal with the devil to become Queen of Candyland. So having learned that, Cuphead and Mugman make a truce with her and decide to team up to take on the devil. So it looks like the Baroness von Bonbon wants the devil to have his just desserts. For my third prediction, there will be more classic characters. Okay, this one is a no-brainer. More characters will appear here like the Mad Doctor and his robot, Jimmy the Great, Beppi the Clown, Wally Warbles, the Moonshine Mob, and the King and his subjects. They will all be given their chance to shine, although some previous characters will have their backstories explained further. For another prediction, they'll have a Halloween episode. We already had a Christmas episode, so the next logical holiday to focus on will be Halloween. And why not? It's a perfect idea suited for the devil as he heads into town playing tricks and scaring the locals. Besides, Cuphead and Mugman squared off against schools in the past, so this would be a great idea. Miss Chalice would also be perfect for the plot, considering she's a ghost. Another Tom and Jerry type battle against Warner Worman. Only this time Worman will invent a shrinking ray to make Cuphead and Mugman miniaturize. That way, he can chase after them in his giant mechanical cat, just like the game. That would be good, yeah? A tournament. How about this? Cuphead and Mugman accidentally get caught up in some kind of tournament hosted by the king. Of course, this will happen thanks to Cuphead's stupidity, so they have no choice but to go along with it, risking life and limb against pawns, the rook, the knight, and even the queen. Another prediction I have is a grand battle royale. Just like the games, Cuphead and Mugman will eventually discover a potion that enables them to shoot energy blasts from their hands. This will lead up to an action-packed confrontation with the devil that serves as the season finale. There will be shooting and parrying, and lots more shooting. They'll have a hell of a time. The devil will be like, "Roar!" And Cuphead and Mugman will be like, "Pew pew pew! Pew pew pew!" Of course, once the battle is over, Cuphead and Mugman discover they can't wield it anymore. But seriously, wouldn't this make for a grand finale? And for my final prediction, Miss Chalice loses her powers. Miss Chalice will eventually lose her power to become corporeal. It will most likely happen in the season finale where the devil grudgingly agrees to spare the trio. But in a petty act of revenge, he takes away Miss Chalice's ability to morph into her physical form. So this will leave her as a ghost for the rest of eternity. It's at the very end of that season we meet Chef Saltbaker, who becomes prominent in Season 5. He offers to help Miss Chalice, which closes Season 4 on a cliffhanger. And these are my predictions for the Cuphead Show, assuming they make Season 4. What do you think? Do you agree with my predictions? Feel free to share your own predictions in the comments section. Oh, and while you're at it, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And be sure to ring that bell. I'll be seeing you mugs later.